My dad has always been great at explaining things in a simple way. When I was 9, he explained what it meant to give your life to Jesus. It means that you ask Jesus to hold your hand, and then no matter what happens in life, he will never let go. And that's what I wanted to do. That's what I did. Then I became a teenager. I used to say that it didn't bother me. It wasn't as if it was physical. It was only verbal. It was hard enough being a Christian teenager, let alone the butt of every school joke going. If I'm honest, it wasn't really the names that got to me. It was the loneliness. I only had one friend in the world, and she lived in another country. My mum knew it was affecting me, though. She once said that I used to be bouncy, full of life, and very hard to shut up. Now I was just quiet, was how she put it. Sometimes I thought she knew. I thought she had guessed my secret. I hid it so well that I didn't think anyone could know. I didn't want them to know. It wasn't their fault. Wasn't their rubbish. It was me who had made my life rubbish. I should have to deal with it on my own. I was the only one to blame for my self-harm. Even when the bullying stopped, and I did have a great bunch of friends, I still felt that my self-harm was my secret to keep. It was when I was 17 that my mum heard about riding lights. I remember the sickness I felt in my stomach when she told me it would boost my confidence, as well as get closer to God. To me, it didn't matter if everyone who was going to be a Christian. They were still going to hate me, laugh at me. And why would God want to get closer to me anyway? Being around fantastic actors and perfect Christians really wasn't going to help me. I was wrong. Riding Lights was nothing like how I expected. They were indeed fantastic actors, but they were all insane, crazy people who for the first time in my life accepted me for me. I didn't have to try to be anyone else. On one occasion, I was talking to Stuart, who was part of Roughshod at the time. I thought I knew what it meant to be a Christian. But when Stuart said that Jesus died for me, I just nodded and said, I know, he died for everyone. No, Gemma. Jesus died for you. It was at this point I started crying. Not out of sadness. In that moment I realised that Jesus was still holding my hand. He had never let go.